Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 11 of the United Ramble podcast. Today's a bit of a strange one. Yes, United lost last night, but there's more serious things to discuss. So I will talk about the Man United game. Saying again, if you watched my last video, more of what I've already said in pretty much every video that I've put up. But yeah, we'll leave that till last because, quite honestly, who cares after what else went on last night? Man United are shit. Let's be honest, they're fucking shite. And yeah, I may not even talk about it at the end of the video. That's pretty much just sums up the club as a whole. Anyway, in the other group game, PSG against Istanbul, that was obviously cancelled. I think it was meant to start again at 10 o'clock last night. I did read something saying that it didn't. And for those of you who don't know, it was cancelled because a fourth official allegedly used an N word. I'm saying an N word for a reason. It's not yeah, but there's two words that could potentially be used. One of those words was used against a black player. Sorry, pardon me, against the assistant manager of Istanbul, which is obviously completely unacceptable, and I was totally shocked that that happened. I'm not going to repeat obviously what was said, but you can watch the video. It's all over Twitter if you haven't seen it. It's really really shocking. I will say though, fair play to Demba Ba. You know, he had obviously the courage to go up and actually challenge the referee and the official about this, and basically say, you know, why using that language towards us, you know, and basically just having a go, and rightly so, having a go at this referee. Yeah, it's disgraceful, and the game was cancelled. Both sets of players walked off, which I think was totally right. I think PSG were considering coming back on at 10, but on the condition that Istanbul were comfortable doing so. That may not be true. Again, I just read this on Twitter, so take that with a pinch of salt. But obviously, the game never went ahead, and I believe tonight the game is going to go ahead again tonight. And there's a tweet from I think it was PSG's Twitter page saying, let's get a good game on or something like that. But yeah, just, I just don't understand. I've never understood that, like racism, people being racist. I don't know what goes through people's heads. I mean, obviously, we've got a huge problem with it here in the UK. We've got people like Nigel Farage getting a ridiculous amount of airtime, Tommy Robinson, who I think should not be given the time of day. But obviously, I mean, we knew this anyway, but it's a problem right across Europe and beyond. And football, unfortunately, is only a small part of the massive problem that is racism. And it needs to be not only stamped out of football, but out of everything, the workplace, politics, everything. And the only way we can do that is by, unfortunately, having, I say unfortunately, because it's something that we're still needing to do, but we're just going to have to educate people. And I've always said that the fact that our country and many others need to have legislation in place that says you cannot discriminate against somebody in the workplace because of their colour, race, sexual orientation, etc. It just kind of sums up what kind of a pathetic human race we are. The fact that we have to have something in the law that says that without, assuming people would do that anyway is, it's not a disgrace, and it's not a problem that's going to go away anytime soon, I don't think. But all we can do is, keep doing, keep doing the right thing, try and educate people, and hopefully we can stamp it out sooner rather than later. Because, you know, things are just bigger. Most things are bigger than football. This is one of them. And, it is just, it's really alarming as well that it was an official that did it. I mean, it's alarming when anybody does it, but when you've got an official who's supposed to keep control of the game, how can how could the game go ahead when you've got an official hitting it with those comments? How could you trust anything that he said going forward, be it a decision, something like that? How could you trust that he is being impartial when he's clearly got these very peculiar views? But yeah, I don't think I can really add much more to that other than, I think the players did the right thing. I think the game was cancelled, and that was the right thing. I think, you know, I've, I don't think that referee should be involved in the game tonight. I'm not sure if he is. I doubt it. But yeah, I don't see a problem with the game going tonight ahead if both sides are okay with it and there's a new referee in place. I'm sure is the case. UEFA have tweeted about it, so I'll be very surprised if that referee is involved again. Um, yeah, I'll leave that point there. But yeah, we'll move on to Man United. I don't really see the point, but anyway, we're out of the Europa League. Surprise, surprise. And we went behind 3-0 this time, not 1-0, not 2-0, but 3-0. 3-0 down against Leipzig. A side that we beat 5-1 or 5-0, whatever it was at the beginning of the campaign. Who cares? United are pathetic. I've tweeted this out yesterday. I hate this squad of players and manager and board. They have totally ruined the club. Um, the players think they're better than what they are, and quite frankly, I don't think they're bothered. Barring one or two of them, I think Rashford does, Bruno Fernandes does. But other than that, I don't think the rest of them is that bothered. Harry Maguire is our worst signing in the past 10 years. I'm going to put that out there. He is utterly dreadful. I said in a few episodes before that, he is just a bang average player and he's not worth 80 million. I see people defending him all the time. If you go into my Twitter, you'll see me arguing with somebody saying, "Oh well, we came from behind." All these times, we've won 9 away games. And I said, yeah, well, what about all them home matches that we've lost? And then we've lost the match last week as well. We're making it difficult against teams like West Ham, West Brom, Southampton. That's always turned a corner. No, we haven't. We're getting lucky, as we do every time around this time of year. Wilshire get very, very lucky. And don't be surprised when we beat Man City at the weekend. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. But that's not difficult to beat Man City now. Like, it's not. If you set up in a way on the counter attack, just do their centre backs with pace, you can win 4-0 easy. Leicester proved that, and a bunch of teams this season have proved that. They're not playing as well. They're not running away with the points as they usually do, and they didn't last season either. So they've been well and truly figured out. So if we beat Man City in the derby, I'm not going to be impressed. In fact, I might not even do a video on it, unless we win 8-0 or something. But do you know what I mean? Like, surely you all see what I've been saying. Solskjaer is not good enough, right? He's good enough to get us by, so we will probably win. He's good enough basically to do 2 or 3 matches, winning. That could be in the same competition. It could be the league, and then a cup match, and then the league again. But then he'll lose, or he'll draw. He's not good enough to sustain a massive run of wins like Klopp or Guardiola did, or even Mourinho. He's not good enough to do that. I, I don't even know what his level is as a manager. I don't think it's the Premier League. I think yeah, I mean, he proved that with Cardiff. He got them relegated, didn't he? And people love him because he came out in that game when he played against us with Cardiff, saying, "Oh, it was difficult not to celebrate when United scored." And I get people love him, which is fine, but he's not part of my era. I was too young to. I was alive at that point, but I was too young to remember him scoring that goal. So I don't really have that affiliation with him that others do. But even those that do must see that it's time for him to go. It's like when Alan Shearer took over Newcastle, he clearly wasn't good enough, was he? Lampard, he's got a bit lucky with being backed, and he's got signings which are he's signed particularly good players, better players than what we've ever signed since Fergie left. And he's just got a very strong squad, which we don't have. So it's not all Solskjaer's fault because he doesn't have that squad depth. Still, we should be hammering teams like West Brom. And last night, my God, we should have given it a go because that was utterly pathetic. I'm not going to comment on Pogba's agent because I think that's just a bit shameful from him and his agent, to be honest. I've defended him on here and criticised him, and it was fair to do so. But to be honest, I just think Pogba should leave in January. He's not worth the hassle. As Jamie Carragher put it, Ronaldo wanted to leave, but he was worth the hassle, and Ferguson dealt with the situation properly. He knew how to deal with egos, particularly ones like Ronaldo, the biggest ego of all. He knew that Ronaldo was worth, the hassle. Pogba isn't. He's never been worth it. He's good. Again, he's one of these players that's good for about 3 games and then drops off like all of them. They're not good enough to be consistent. We don't have the mindset to be consistent. He'll leave and go to Juventus, probably start, um, really, really well, get a couple of goals, couple of assists, and oh, United have let go of Gem here. And then he'll fall off again. I bet you when he has a couple of bad games, the fans will turn on him, and that'll be that. And Viola will come out in the press and go, "Oh yeah, we want to move somewhere else now," and you'll end up at PSG, where he'll probably tear the league up against these bang average teams. Not that the Premier League doesn't have bang average teams. I will say that likes of Burnley, Fulham, to name a couple. It's just, I'm just fed up of this United team, and unfortunately, it's not going away anytime soon. And I'm just glad that I follow the Glasgow Rangers. I'm from Scotland, if you didn't know, you probably tell by my accent. But I follow them really closely, and I'm just glad I've got them to follow now because I am sick and tired of this United team. But anyway, yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. Obviously, there was a bit more serious note to this one. I've really covered anything like that before in as much detail. The United game was secondary, really. There's more serious issues going on last night, and I think the players dealt with it really well. So yeah, if you did enjoy, please let me know, and I'd appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.